Hello, you wonderful and sometimes terrifying denizens of the internet. My name is SnarkbotAnya, and tomorrow I have dental work to do. The thing is, I have a problem with anxiety. It causes me to get so freaked out that the local anesthetic literally runs through my system before they can do anything. Let me just adjust this gamma. Hopefully you all can see that on your YouTube compression. But, so I basically have to take Valium the night before and the morning of any dental work. So I just took a sleepy pill, and I'm going to play Amnesia while totally drugged. So it's not going to kick in for another few minutes, at least, but nothing really happens in the first bit of Amnesia, so I might as well wait for the drugs to kick in. Keep in mind, do not try this at home unless it is, an opportune time when you have been prescribed sedatives by your doctor. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's start a new game. Now, I actually have played Amnesia before, and I've seen Let's Plays, but I've never really played it while drugged before, so let's see how it goes.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London.
Ooh, you can move it. Oh. Weird, I never noticed that before.
Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget.
Nice art.
I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
He's Daniel, guys. Not Dan, not Danny, not any of those silly nicknames. He's Daniel, and you better not forget it. So if he didn't want to forget some things, then why did he drink amnesia potion that he knew would make him forget everything? That doesn't really make much sense. Anyway, we wake up with amnesia, surrounded by rose petals and Pepto-Bismol. And very, very leaky castle roof. Okay, journal. Follow the liquid trail. The Pepto-Bismol. That's just what I'm gonna call it. It's the Pepto-Bismol. And because, okay, in this game you should always go everywhere. Because you can find stuff. No, nothing there. I can't run yet? That's annoying. Aha, there we go. Tinderbox. And there's a plant. Lots of wind. Wooden roof. Guess there's a room above us. Seriously, no tinderboxes in here? Well, whatever. Let's go and check out the creepy suits of armor and have Daniel have a minor seizure. I know that it's a very nice rug, Daniel, but you really need to get off of it. Okay, then. So our character is scared of everything, including suits of armor and wind. It's a horror game. Better not touch the fire. I know that you actually can touch the fire. I did it once, but yeah, it just hurt me. Ah, broom closet. With a tinderbox. Hermes and Apollo's cattle, maybe? I don't know. It's too medieval for that, though. Then again, the medieval and Renaissance painters really did like depicting classical things. Especially Renaissance, and this is post-Renaissance after all. Think that this game is supposed to be set in the 1800s? Wow, that's a lot of Pepto-Bismol. Why did you spill your Pepto-Bismol everywhere? And Daniel is now having a seizure. What the hell? Daniel, I know that you love the rug. Just stand up. Why is that swinging? It's probably just one of the earthquakes that they somehow get in Germany. Does Germany even have earthquakes? I mean, I don't think Germany really has earthquakes. Ugh. That looked really creepy for a moment. And Daniel is grinding his teeth. Ugh, it makes me think of all the dental work I'm going to have done tomorrow. Ah, that's so uncomfortable. Excuse me. What? Nothing in here but a shirt? Rip off. And it was the fanciest looking closet too. Oh dear. What the heck was that? More scary wind? Aha. Yeah, that's all for that tooltip, guys. Nothing useful in there except a damn tooltip about your character being a nyctophobic wuss. Tinderbox is back here. Don't freak out, Daniel. It's just a little darkness. That's all. Okay. Creepy laughing over. A fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Turkish delights with rose are really good, by the way. Best kind of Turkish delights, in my opinion. Best kind. Definitely. More Pepto-Bismol. What? Okay, so you really are scared of the wind, Daniel. At least this place has light in it, and more leaky roofs. This does not look safe. Why is your vision all weird, Daniel? Oh! Hello. What are those? I think they're supposed to be roaches, but they look a lot more like trilobites to me. You know, those little things, they're like from the Cambrian period, around then, thereabouts, and they sell them for like $5 in the museum gift shop. I like those things, they're cute. Alright, let's keep following our trail of Pepto-Bismol pink. Did I just hear my character's heartbeat? It's always disconcerting when they do that. Oh, hello. Pieces of paper that aren't actually there, they're just little effects. Funny how the rays of light just kind of terminate right there. Bit of an interesting texture. It's a good way of doing creepy, eerie, thematic lighting, though. Aha! The lantern! Fun fact. That arm there? That's Daniel's entire character model. He's just a floating arm. Whenever you jump, you hear it land. That's just ghost sounds. He's nothing but a disembodied arm. Alright. Let's head over here. I really don't want to waste the lantern. There we go. And everything is shaking again because of earthquakes that don't actually happen in Germany or wherever this is set. I think it's Germany. Or... no, I think it might be something else, but... shouldn't touch the fire. Please tell me there's a tinderbox! Yay! If I start looking really expressionless, that probably means that the Valium might be kicking in. Oh, important music and the game directing your cursor.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him.
Then.
His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
You know, Daniel, if you were trying to get your amnesiac self to do something, you might want to, not bluntly refer to it as murder. That might arouse suspicions. Ooh, broken bottles. Huh. And a lever. Oh, yay. Secret door. And entrance hall. Starting to feel a little floaty, so I guess the Valium might be starting to kick in. Hopefully I can keep playing long enough before I have to just go to bed. I do like the texture of the walls. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, this game is like more than 5 years old now, but it holds up really well, even in terms of the graphics, which, like, every game has fantastic graphics these days. Oh. Flashback time!
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
Looks like a rose exploded there.
Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
Okay then. Our character just had a significant flashback, so I guess that amnesia potion doesn't really work very well. Anyway, we've got this stuff that looks like, I don't know, like meat wad decided to jizz all over this place. Well, let's go and find other stuff. First, let's explore this way. Because I know that there's this thing here. Yay! It's always nice to find oil and tinder boxes. Oh, hello, trilobites. Hello. You hiss and that's weird. Oil. Yay. Then there's this, and watch this. Suddenly, meat wad. Funny, I always feel calmer when there's books in a room. Or no, not really. If it's scary, then I feel calmer with books in the room. If it's not scary, then I just get really hyped up. Okay. Calawinaria. Laboratorium. Okay. Let's try the laboratory. Sounds fun. Also, I think it's the one that they're supposed to go into first. Can't really remember very well. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Well then, bullying flashback. Bullying's not cool, guys. Something's deciding to roar at us. Lovecraft stuff, I guess. I know that there's a piece of oil rolling around here. Piece of oil? Oh. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell was that? Wonder if it happens twice. Guess that's a triggered event. Interesting. Ew. Ew, is that moldy bread? That's gross. Ugh, I hope that's just rotten food. Ew. Ooh, oil. Try the bite, buddy! Yay! You're gonna be my buddy for this game. How are you facing through the shelf? No, you're not. Okay. Let's go down into this lab, shall we? Very primitive for a laboratory. That's kind of odd. Ooh, yay, tinderbox. I can't get it while I'm up there. And what's in here? Another tinderbox. Why is my eye itchy? Oh no. It's the thing from the water level. Oh, I remember the water level. I remember the water level all too well. The water level is the scariest part of the game, but we'll see that when we get there.
There should be more cuprite. Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
Aquafortis. Strong water. Yeah, that's going to be a thing with this game, is, I actually kind of know Latin. Well, I know classical Latin, and I guess this game is probably church Latin, because this is the 1800s, but, yeah, that's going to annoy me a bit, because I know classical Latin, and if the Latin is ever wrong, then I'm just going to get annoyed. Or if it looks wrong, I'm gonna go weird. Anyway, let's check this note out. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lacked the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in hope that will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Yay! We can clear the thing with this! Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Interesting. Oh yeah, also you might notice that I pronounce Latin things really weirdly, because, again, I know classical Latin, and in classical Latin, the V actually sounds like a W. It's like the German W and the Latin V traded sounds. It's kind of weird. Anyway, let's look at this thing. What the hell is this? One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. Why are their footsteps? I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Okay then. Backstory cylinders. Yay. That's, I guess, another reason why we should, yeah. Oh dear. Oh, what's all this? Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Fair enough. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Oh dear, so they're now in the wine cellar. Okay. 4 different chemicals that we need to continue. Yes, cuprite, aqua regia, did I already say calamine or did I already say cuprite? Whatever, calamine, cuprite, aqua regia, or was it aqua fortis, and orpiment. Yeah, you can already see I'm starting to get a little bit floaty and weird. I'm so out of it. Anyway, let's go to the wine cellar, shall we? Travelling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with the neglect of family. Yeah, I'm going to read those out when I can, but I might not always remember to. What the hell? Okay, someone is being assaulted, and that mouse movement was... It wasn't even a mouse movement, it was just an involuntary... Okay, it's locked. It's locked, of course. That was a completely involuntary movement of the camera, and I'm not a fan of that. And I think if you don't go in there first, then the no get away from me comes up here, and this is a very poorly maintained castle because those are obviously stained with some kind of algae. Must be a leak up here. It won't budge. Well, of course, it's got boards on it. Obviously. Ooh. All the supports and stuff are in there. Bright light. It's weird how you can't see out of any of these. Tabularium. Archives. Room full of tablets is basically what that means. And I know that there's stuff down here. Aha, there's a tinder box. And a door that won't budge. And atmospheric music, but that's kind of everywhere. Okay, archives. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London. Seemed appropriate somehow. And there's a rose, like ones that exploded everywhere. Oh god, what's that noise? Oh, and there's cobwebs. Okay, so I'm actually pretty decent against, like, most horror things. I'm the one who goes first in haunted houses because everyone else is too scared to, you know, actually walk in first. Oh, hello, Trilobite, buddy! Oh, don't go in the spider web, that's bad for you! Oh, and it's, Stefano. Huh, interesting. Well, sorry, I'd have no use for you since I'm not PewDiePie. Okay.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery.
Mystery to me, too.
When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother
Actually,
of us all. An interesting
he probably
story
found it
in its
through
own right,
plot.
but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Oh dear, the British Museum. I shouldn't make any comments, it'll just... I don't know, it probably won't elicit much comments unless there's a bunch of people in this, YouTube audience who are into things like, controversies over the British Museum stealing a bunch of shit. Oh, what's this? Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court. Oh, we're in Prussia. And within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Well, I guess I just broke the seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerich. Okay, then. Get out of the way, chair. In the box, yay. And just paper in there. This room is just full of paper. That's, oh, there's books. Yay, books. My friends, my friends. Anyway. Daniel, stop freaking out. You're such a wuss sometimes, Daniel. I can't pick up that piece of paper. Meh. Guess it's not important to the plot. What was that? That sounded like a monster. This is one of those games where you really need to be a total kleptomaniac.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me.
Racist Daniel.
I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and the broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we
Probably
had
because
expected.
we're entering
The
Lovecraft
twisting
land.
path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite
Were
their
they
unearthly
Cthulhu?
quality, I felt a strange familiarity
Or were they
to them,
Nyarlathotep?
which haunts me
That would
still.
make sense too.
At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside.
Seems like the men didn't appreciate those
trapped.
comments about strange language and superstitious and fearful. That's what comes when you're all racist, Daniel. Anyway, moving on from Daniel's blatant racism. Libri veteres. Old books. Anyway. Oh. Seriously, Daniel, you're scared by a book falling off a shelf? Someone's playing the piano. Ah, yay. Good stuff. Cobwebs. I hate cobwebs. Any tinder boxes in here? Yay! Yay. Anyway. Stop flipping out, Daniel. Local history, and it's locked. What's in here? Probably nothing. And as I suspected, nothing. And the lantern just ran out. Okay. There we go. Now it is full. Okay. Let's just check through all of this. I think I checked all of this stuff. Okay, now let's walk out into here. There's the lantern. Oh, hello, piano. Oh. You're really scared by a piano shutting as well, Daniel? Ooh, trees. Finally windows we can see out of. Those are a bit rare in this game. Now let's just light a couple of these things so that we have some light on our way out. Kind of went through the rooms a little quickly. Anyway, let's press on. Well, that's I feel kind of nervous walking onto that. Ah, nice. Lovely paintings, though. That was not a good noise. Lovely painting, but a little low definition, isn't it? Oh god. That's blood. That be blood. Hopefully it was just a Montmer that got caught there. Trilobite buddy! Trilobite buddy! Ah. Your strange little hisses fill me with so much joy. Ah. Delineata imagines tabulatis. Well then. Tabulatis would not be plural.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Again, with the oddly solid light. door again. Maybe I should light that. Yeah, I'll light that. I want to be stingy with my tinder boxes, though. Oh. Well, we just had a cave-in. I was right to not trust the roof. Nah, my ear itches, but it's inside of headphones. I hate that. Ooh. Random chandelier. Anything up here? Tinder boxes? Any way out? Oh, no, 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 no. Spiderwebs, spiderwebs. Ugh. I really am legitimately afraid of spiders. It's a thing. Anyway, let's read this last note. Daniel's gonna have a seizure, and then we get flashback
17th
time.
May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless.
You just said that at the end of the last
I fell
note.
to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Huh. Seems like you can only move forward in this thing.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Yeah, I can feel you being drawn to the mystic light too, considering that if I tried to do anything else, it just brings me back.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry.
That should be a comma. That should not be two sentences.
Remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted. The voices of the Arabs
Again,
pulling
those
to safety.
those should be commas. That should just be a
Firmly in my
single
hands
sentence.
was
Oh
the broken
dear.
pieces of a most
So many sentence fragments.
relic.
So many sentence fragments. It's gonna make my head hurt despite all the Valium. Oh my gosh. That's another thing. I'm a grammar pedant. Hate me if you will. I just grammar. Yeah, you could tell I'm starting to lose it. Oh, Trilobite Buddy is back. Yay. I'm gonna have to leave you though. Okay, so this is a fun thing. I keep saying not breakable by hand, but if you just hit it a few more times, it is breakable by hand. So, screw you, lying game.
You have to be swift
what's
when
that?
you activate
Oil.
the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Ah, yes, this.
Isn't
the
all
only
this a
thing
bit
I can do.
excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I'd say you could be too careful if you just, stood around in your what was that in your house and you never did anything, then that would be being too careful. Anyway, let's look at this note. What the? I found a bug! Okay. Let's actually look at this. Dramatic reading time! Local folklore. Oldstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Oldstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods, and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have sighted them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard, struggling inside damp burlap sacks, dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods? And what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby, Altstadt. And like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same, who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Vampires is what that sounds like. Of course, I know that they're not actually vampires, but it sounds like it. Definitely got some vampiric vibes with the term vitae, or vitae, as everyone else calls it. Considering that's a big thing in Vampire the Masquerade / Vampire the Requiem, you know, White Wolf movies. Anyway, I hope that the music didn't just completely drown that out. Okay, let's open some stuff. Regarding closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. Again, vampiric. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve, whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. The wine is poisoned. Or, oh god, maybe it has the stuff in it, the nasty, the acid, you know? Yeah, that would be awful. Wine cellar key, yay. Oh, what the hell? Oh god, what the hell? I don't like that. Also, my cat is begging to be let out. Come here, kitty. Come here. I want to show you to the internets. Come on. Come on. Let me show you off. This is my cat. This is Athena. She doesn't like to be held, but I do it anyway. Yeah, she's my, I'm keeping her around for these videos because I might need to snuggle her at some points. Ah, she dislodged my headphones. Oh, I feel really weird. The Valium's definitely starting to kick in. Anyway, this door's open. It was not open before. That's disconcerting. Anyway, looks like I've already explored all of this. That's the local history room, and when I go in here, there's going to be, where is it? nowhere, apparently. I hate that. I don't like that. The desert dunes were like waves in a sluggish sea. While the caravan moved, the land appeared motionless, but in camp the hills moved. Oh dear. Oh no. Meatwad is going to explode! God, I hate that. Because they poke you and it's not nice. Anyway, I guess I'll break the video here. And these videos are being recorded consecutively, although I'm going to record most of it like tomorrow when I actually have more time, and I don't know, I might not be as woozy, but you know, it'll be post-dentist, so maybe I'll be still a little woozy. I might even have trouble controlling one of my lips, but okay. I'm gonna break here, and I will see you in the next episode.